So, with software at extreme scale, there's always the question of quality. How do you ensure quality development of software?
So there's a few things that we try and do, right? The biggest thing is trying to manage your deliverables overall, so you have enough time to focus on building the product in the right way. Another big thing that we're keen on is automated testing and frameworks for testing. And as you'll noted earlier this year, we contributed a test framework back to the community that they're taking forward as a group, right? So, focusing on building the product the right way, doing automated testing, really looking at how you're going to build the software and writing the right unit tests or system tests to ensure that you're not having regressions as you go along, right? So if we can, run our continuous builds to the point where you're catching issues right away, you don't have to come back days or weeks later and do bug archaeology right on your code base.
Right. So how did Xyratex come to use the Scrum methodology for software development?
So again, going back to it, we've been looking at different development processes over time, right? And we're always trying to figure out how we can execute better. And we had looked at moving from kind of iterative development methodologies to more agile development methodologies. And Scrum is an industry standard, right? So some of the leaders that came on board to the company, I have reporting to me, and we collaborate on the best ways to execute. And we know this is an industry standard. We can go out there and look for people, and they'll list Scrum in particular on their resumes as a method of execution, right? And to deliver product. And those that use it and use it effectively really embrace it, because in the end you deliver the best quality product to the customers in the best time frame.
So in terms of HPC, how does Xyratex work with the open source community?
We already work very well with the community to contribute code changes and so on back through the appropriate channels, right? The other thing we do is we work really hard with any open source components that we use to adhere to the licensing models that they have in place, and it's different for different components. Changes that we make in any GPL code, as an example, we contribute back appropriately to the community. We made changes to support Lustre as part of Linux, right? Changes to the MD stack back to the Linux community as well, because we want to make sure that any downstream releases that come to us have that appropriate functionality support that we need to have there to make Lustre successful. So I really feel like delivering a product that is important to the research community is a great way to get motivated. So Ken Claffey is our business unit manager, and he went to a supercomputing conference a few years ago at the start of this whole journey for us. And one of the key presentations he saw that again is a motivator for me along those lines of contributing to the research efforts around the world, is that one of the developer researchers had a slide they put up, and the number was 59. And it wasn't a I/O rate or anything like that. It was a number of seconds that somebody dies from cancer. So every 59 seconds, somebody dies from cancer, and that's the number he wants to change. And that's one thing that I think about a lot when I go to work.
So real tangible benefit to
real tangible
people.
benefit.
Yeah. So if I was a young kid 20, 30 years ago, whatever it was, what questions should I be asking when I'm looking for an employer? I'm a smart programmer. What do you think I should be asking myself?
I think you should be looking at the technologies that a company is trying to build and ship, right? You want to work on a product that's going to get out there in the industry. Storage is one of those technologies that's bread and butter, right? Everybody always needs it. It's fundamental to everything that we do, right? Every Web 2.0 company, eventually they store their data somewhere, right? So storage presents some new opportunities and challenges for people to really deliver a product that people are going to use, right? So that's a key thing. The next thing is who you work with, right? You want to go to a company where there's a lot of good, talented people that you get to interact with and learn from and collaborate with on a daily basis. And 3 is, is the company going to enable you to be successful, right? Give you the right tools, training, and so on to be successful.